Hello, my lovelies. Good evening. Let's see. Yes, I think I'm live. Okay. Just in case I'm not seeing the comments there, guys, I'm having my iPad here. Maybe I see them on there. So, thank you for joining me. Good evening from Frankfurt, Germany. It is 10 p.m. over here. So my name is Angela. I'm the owner and creative energy behind Elfen Helden. I'm so happy that you're here. When you join me, just say hi to me. Let me know that you're watching. When I look down there, it's because, oh yeah, I can see the comments here. I think it works. Hi, Nina. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. So today is our second part of our kitchen buffet. And this is also, I want to show you that it's no problem if you didn't like it at the first time, that you can basically change your mind and go for a different shade on the second coat. Hi Sissy, how are you? So this is basically what we are going to do first. Last week I thought I'm going to have the base with the Terra clay paints in Galaxy, Blue Moon, London Blue, and a little bit of Lani's Lagoon, and Moonshine Metallics in Gold Digger. I then decided this is too light for me. You can see I already done the other parts. I like to have it darker because we're going to do some frottage, it's called. I'm going to talk about that later also. But I'm first going to show you, first coat is deciding on the colors. If you don't like it, you know, you just paint over it and go for it for a different way. And that's what we're going to do. And what you see here, I've used basically the same colors from the Terra clay paints, but I used, instead of the Gold Digger, I've used the patina paint in copper. So let's get started. Let's do the second coat on here so you can see. This is, as I said, this is only the base, and this is going to be only, my cat is playing around here. Nein, das Wasser ist nicht für dich. She's playing with my paintbrushes. No, don't. The water is already dirty. Don't. Hang on, I've got to secure that. Already washed my brush out in the water and she's trying to drink it, so I don't want that. I'm gonna do, as I said, this is going to be anyway only the base, because there's going to be a water scene on there, underwater scene. I'm going to paint some seahorses. I have an inspiration picture printed out, which is this one. It's going to be an abstract one at the end, but this is basically, we're going to have one on this side and a flipped one on the other side here, basically. So, but you know, we're not going to get to that today. You're still on the base. Guys, if you have any questions, put them in the comments. Hi, Michelle, how are you? Hi, Manhase. Put them in the comments, and I see that I answer those straight away if I see them. I don't know if Dixiebelle is there. So let's get started. Already have my messy plate. I've done the other side. So where did I put my copper? What's the time where you're watching from, guys? And what's the weather like? We have summer over here now. We have summer. So this is the copper from the patina paint, which you usually use for if you're going to do with the patina spray, some rust and things like that. but you can also paint with it. Oh, that was far too much. Pour a little bit back in. I'm not going to need that much. It is water-based, so I'm not trying to make too much of a mess. Well, saying that. And I still am using my Big Daddy brush. Okay, I should put that down here. So as I said, I have my Galaxy, which is like a really darkish blue. Then we have the London blue, which is a little lighter, you can see. We have the Blue Moon, which is more blue. And we have the Lani's Lagoon, which is pretty bright. So those are the other colors we're going to use. Second coat on this side. And hi Marie, this is the base we're still painting. So this is going to be the base for our water scene, and today we're going to put the second coat on here because I changed my mind what the base color is, and in a minute we're going to do some frottage on there. So this is my Big Daddy brush, huge brush. And I'm just loading. I'm just gonna give a base of the copper. Just going to put it on here. Covers really well. As I said, you usually use it for creating with the patina spray some patina and things, but I'm going to use it in a different way. I'm still deciding. I'm probably going to do on the legs. Maybe I will have on there some rust and copper patina, but for now I'm gonna go for it that way. Dries really, really quick. Added those holes, would you bend keyholes last week also. This is the 1147 you can get from Dixiebelle and your Dixiebelle retailers. It's really late over here, so if I talk rubbish, be gentle with me. I'm already a little tired. I've been working the whole day. As I said, it is 10 p.m. over here. So, base of my, hi Sam, how are you? Gloves, oh God, Sam and his gloves. I just dipped I have socks on and I just dipped them in the paint. So if that helps. Okay. Now I'm going to pick up just like half of on the brush, the Galaxy, and some of the London blue on the other half. So I basically have two colors loaded, and I'm just pushing those in here randomly. And that'll peek through later on just a little. I have my spray bottle. It's just water in here, but it is really warm over here. As I said, we already have, we once of a sudden have summer, and so therefore it's really warm. And now I will on the top do the same thing with the London blue and the Blue Moon. Pick up half and half, and they do blend them basically into each other. Very easy. So this is the messy part, guys. Don't worry, it's going to be nice at the end. You know, you always have to go through the messy part to have like a nice finish at the end. It looks crazy. All my pieces look very crazy in between. Everybody who follows me knows that. little more of the, oh, my stomach. I haven't eaten yet. I haven't eaten yet. Just going different directions. Missed it a little bit. Light is not very good, I can't see very nice, but it's fine. Add a little more of the copper to go in here. You can see you can nicely blend the copper in with the other paints. So that's basically what I've done on the other doors also, just to get a darker base for the things coming up. Just a tiny little bit of the Lani's Lagoon. Take my brush sideways because I don't want to have it like too heavy. Blend it in a little. And as I said, those are all the colors which are going to peek through in some areas at the end. The Terra clay paints, if you haven't used them yet, they are based on clay, as the name says. And it is an artisan paint. It is wonderful if you want to play around, if you want to blend and things like that. Ever so easy. Ever so easy to use, because you can reactivate them basically anytime with water. When they have not been sealed. If you're happy with what you have, you see them and you're good to go. Then they are settled down. But apart from that, if you haven't sealed them and you want to change your mind, you can reactivate them at any time. So that's basically how I created the second coat for my base to have it where I want to have it. So they're going to dry even a little lighter. Get a little copper in here, that's too bright. So leave it to dry. Put that brush to the side, I don't need any more. Hello Isabel, how are you? So, okay. Cheers, coffee. Even it is 10 p.m. I always need to drink my coffee. So, just close it up for now. So I'm just going to get everything out of the way I don't need now before I... Not on the floor, that's messy. That's dripping. 5 minutes and I'm covered in paint as per usual. And I use very little paint, as you can see. Very little paint. The paint goes a long way. Basically just use what was on the lid from shaking it up. So now the fun parts begins. So honestly, I don't really know why this is what I'm going to do is called by people as frottage, because frottage is basically, can you remember when you were a kid? Thank you, Anna Kriat. Thank you so much. Happy you like the colors. Frottage is basically a technique. I think it comes from China. You know, the Chinese used to do it. I can remember as a kid when you had like a, just like a coin, whatever, a dime or something like that, and you place some paper over it and you rub with a pencil and you got like the imprint. That's really that's frottage. So basically what I'm going to do is like a reverse frottage. I'm going to show you. Frottage is basically, you can do that with stencils also. You know, you can do that with stencils and see if that works. You basically place it, paper over it, and then you rub with a pencil or with some chalk or something like that. Let's see, what do I have here? And then you get the imprint. Get the imprint of the stencil. See if that works. If I do it like this, it does. So that's what you would basically, that's what frottage basically means. With rubbing, you get the imprint of your, or of the piece. Do I have another one? Yeah. Use the pinky a little more. This side. You lay it flat, and then you get basically the imprint of the structure which is placed underneath. Can you see the stencil coming through here? So that's basically what frottage is. So what I'm going to do is, so to say, or I call it reverse frottage, because I'm using some texture, but I'm placing it onto my project basically. So probably still going to need some of the copper. So now we're going to play. I've brought some sponges. Just some, this is from Dixiebelle Gator Hide sponge. I've used it so many times, it's already ripped up. There's some crystals already dried in there. So I'm not going to use it for a top coat anymore. I'm going to use it for painting. So I need my cerulean blue. That's what I need. I need a little bit of water. Hang on, and something I can place it into. Because I want to water it a little down. I don't want to have it as heavy as it is. And I brought also, I'm going to need some paper. Some paper. And a brayer, and I'm going to bring you a little closer, guys. I'm going to bring you a little closer. So that you can see what we're doing over here. So it has already dried, the paint on this side. So can you see? Guys, if you have any questions, put them in the comments so that I can answer them for you. I'm not in my usual painting environment. As I said, you know, it is already pretty late, so I'm at home. I may still use some of the gold digger. I have it here with me. Let's see. I'm just going to pour some out in the lid. And I have my copper, which I'm probably going to use. And I'm going to water down a little bit of the cerulean blue, also from the Terra clay paints. So shake it up. So, but I don't, as I said, I don't want to have like a complete solid coverage. So I'm going to get some in here. Use the paint from the lid and just going to pour a little more out. In. him. If anybody watches replay, please put hashtag replay into the comments so that I know that you've been there. Hey Donna, how are you? And I'm probably going to need a little bit more of the copper. So the metallics, the Moonshine metallics, and also the patina paint, they don't have the coverage like the chalk paints or the Terra clay paints. So I'm not going to water those down. But this one, I'm just going to have a little bit, just a tiny little bit of water in there. Because they're pretty, maybe a little more. They are pretty, pretty thick. So I'm just going to mix that up a little. Don't have a stir stick, just have my and I'm going to work in sections because I don't want the paint to dry on my project. I may need a little more water. I may need a little, just a little. That's something you can just play around. Hi, Christine. Hi to Australia. What don't you see? Nina, what can't you see? Sorry. So what's the time in Australia? It's 10 p.m. over here, or just after 10 p.m. So now I'm going to play around with we're going to do the middle. I think we're going to do the middle. Let's start there. You can see that better. So as I said, I have my blue Gatorite sponge. You can do it with a brush, but I'm going to just dampen that a little bit. So I'm going to, if I can get in here. Just going to spray that also. Let's see. Keep it damp. I'm going to keep it damp. I'm just going to work with the same sponge. I'm using the same sponge. Just some of the copper in here again. And a little bit of the gold digger. Let's see what that looks like. I'm not quite sure if I think I prefer the copper. I prefer the copper. Keep it damp. Keep it damp. Yeah, I think that's got the right consistency now. So now I have, hi to Georgia, hi Ada, how are you? So I just brought some paper bags, wrapping paper bags. Sorry, it's going to be loud. I'm going to rip them apart. And then I'm going to crumble it right up. Nimbin. I have to Google that. I'm in Frankfurt in Germany, so welcome. So I'm already crumbling that up. Crumble, crumble. Crumble, crumble. Texture. Sorry, it's noisy. That's noisy. So, and then I'm going to place it on here. Easier when you can lay your project down. I'm going to use my brayer just to get that texture on here. Let's see what that does. Let's see what that does. See how it takes the paint down? That's basically what we're going to do. So I'm using the texture in that paper to basically pull some paint back off. Move it up a little more. Dixiebelle, where's that? Those are things I have to Google. And it basically reveals some of the little water there. The area we painted underneath. And again, still, this is going to be the base for our painting, which is going to come on top there. Use some fresh paper, but I don't mind if I transfer some of the color, which is obviously picked up on the paper, onto the other areas. Like that. No? Nina, you probably know it more when people just crumble up paper and dab it over it. So we've done that before. But like this, I create, you know, more texture on the piece. So that's basically what I want to do. I keep crumbling it up in between because obviously when I use the brayer, I'm taking the wrinkles, well, not really out, but they are getting less. And I really want to have the texture on here. You see how much texture that has. So, no, Nina, you can take anything. You can take anything, but this is pretty hard, you know, so I get nice wrinkles in here. so I can get nice texture on. So that's the reason I've chosen that. And obviously they would have been thrown. So that's from, you know that. So I always, you know, always keep everything. I'm never throwing anything. So it's right down here. I'm going to water that again. Again, the as I said, the Terra paints. You can reactivate them anytime. Till they're sealed. And I'm basically going to do that till I'm happy with what I'm having. Get a little up with my turquoise. And that's really a fun technique. You can take sponges or anything, you know, so that's basically completely up to you. I like this area here because it looks like dripping. So what do you think? That's right, Michelle. Saran wrap, aluminium foil, whatever, paper bags, everything which has got texture. You know, you could even use like, you know, sea sponges and things like that. So that's very much fun. That's very much fun. So let's come to this side here. Let's see. Yes, I want to have it around here a little bit also. I'm going to dab my paper on here to get some texture. A little bit of texture on there. But we'll do some more painting anyway. This is our base for it. Could leave it like that, I quite like it. Hallo liebe Gitta, wie geht es dir? Schön, dass du da bist. So, do the same thing here. Just going to spritz it a little bit. And I'm gonna come in with my mixture of water and the cerulean blue. And I'm just wiping it on here. Just get like a little, tiny little bit of copper. Move it in some areas in, just to have a little more on here. And on my socks at the same time. So, get some fresh paper. That was pretty used up. Still can use that, but I'm going to let that dry so it hardens back up again. Grab the other half and just rip the apart. Sorry. Es wird spannend, Gitter. Da wird drauf handgemalt, ein Seepferd oder zwei Seepferdchen. So, crumble it up nicely, create nice texture. It's also a stress reliever, guys. Just work it, the paper. Just work it. as I said, you could just like dab it on there, but I'm using my brayer. Let's come it up. I'm just gonna start in some areas. Paint that off. And this is basically revealing some of our first coat. Hi, Diane. Absolutely, Nina. You can do that on basically on any surface. Try it out. This is drying already. Spritz it. Keep it moist. So, and as I said, the first coat, I had more gold digger in there, and I decided it was too light for me because like this, you can see when I reveal the layer underneath, it gives me more of a contrast. That's basically what I'm looking for. Thank you, Isabel. So who's painting along with me? Anybody painting? Anybody painting? Textured area. And I'm, also placing the color I've taken off onto the other parts and transferring it back over. So this is giving it like an layered, irregular effect at the end. So I'm going to open the doors later. I'm going to use the edges a little more also, but I think I quite like that. So what do you think? Isabel, I have to translate that later. I'll check on that comment. I'm sorry. I can't really understand. I can understand a little bit, but let's see. My cat gets bored. I'm not worried about any harsh lines anywhere because, as I said, the Terra clay paints, you can reactivate them anytime and basically go from there. Quite like that. Let's see. Do the side. Let's see. Okay. I want to show you. This is already dried, so I'm just going to use some water on here to reactivate that a bit. I'm just going to go over it and loosen that up so that there's more of a natural line and not the paint line I had before. They're very forgiving, those paints. And this is basically a technique where you reveal layers underneath. Don't leave your fingerprints in there. Roll up here. Just using my fingers to reactivate that up here. Just spray that, you know, like painting with my fingers. I'm just gonna go over it with my crumpled paper. Get some texture on there. So, that's it. Some dripping happening there from the spraying. It's quite fun. There's even more texture to it. So I'm leaving it like that because I quite like it. Please do so. I'd like to see some pictures up there also. Just reactivate it with some water. See this edge up here. Just use some water on here. As I said, as long they are not sealed, you can do anything with them what you want to. Once you seal them, they are rock solid. Until then, I don't have too much running on the sides here. Just want to loosen up this edge here. That's it, guys, for tonight. I probably will continue tomorrow because that's a kitchen buffet. It's a big thing. Oh, there's my supervisor is checking on us. My supervisor. So that's our first coat on the left side, or basically where I changed my mind. That's our second coat. It still looks crazy, but as I said, there will be more layers. We will do some painting on there. There will go some seahorses. And if you want to join me on my page tomorrow, I'll be very happy. And for tonight, I'm saying thank you very much for joining me tonight. For those who don't know me, my name is Angela. I'm the owner of Creative Energy from Elfen Helden. I'm an elite retailer for Dixiebelle paints over here in Frankfurt in Germany. It is about 11:15 p.m. over here, so pretty late. I'm a little tired. Yeah, and you'll see us next week also to continue on that piece. There's still lots of things to do. Fun things, and I hope you like it. Make sure to tune in with our other retailers on the Dixiebelle page. That will be absolutely sweet. We have Diane, we have Kristen, we have Jill, we have I don't know, loads of fantastic people, and obviously our brand ambassadors. They are the best anyway. Guys, thank you so much for being with me tonight. I'm wishing you a good night, day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are watching from, and I see you either tomorrow on my channel or next week. Stay safe. Ta-da. Bye-bye.